could happen.
Welcome back to What's the Worst That Could Happen, the Property Podcast. Today we have an in-house episode to find out more who Charlotte really is. We'll be diving into Charlotte's journey, how she discovered her passion for interiors, and what life looks like for her outside of work. So grab a brew and settle in for a great chat with Charlotte of Chestnut Interiors.
Oh, thanks, Dave.
Well, thanks to ChatGPT.
I feel
No, I'm
very
kidding.
unprepared. I don't know what to expect, but we're fine.
Well, we did have a guest this afternoon, didn't we? So we thought we'd do a couple of these ones.
Well, we did. We had a plan for
We
a
had a
guest.
plan.
The plan just wasn't executed.
Yeah. I'm not taking that blame. Although it is fully my fault.
We agreed when we started this podcast that we wouldn't overly plan it because we've both got jobs, we've got lots to do. This isn't our job, but we want to put a lot into it. We just needed to at least make the arrangement for the guest to attend, but that's one to look forward to.
Yeah, it's all good. All good. Well, let's start at the beginning then. I know we've already touched on this previously, but what first sparked your passion for interiors and how did that lead to launching Chestnut Interiors?
I used to spend a lot of time playing with fabric samples. My mum made curtains and the scraps that were left around were available for me to make things with. So little cushion covers, little snail case things, all sorts of haberdashery.
Snail case things?
Yeah, I can remember
What's
this little
that?
snail. Just like a little case with a snail on the front.
I can imagine it's like a jumper for a snail that you just put on the back of their shell and then...
Oh, that's cute. I should have made those. Yeah, I used to play with fabrics and I was very creative. I couldn't do a lot of sports or outdoor activities when I was a child because of my disability. So I had every creative kit available that you can imagine, from QVC, bow making, stained glass windows, painting.
Filofax?
I used to have a Filofax, yeah.
You still have?
I am a Filofax wanker.
Do you know what? I think that's the first time you've actually sworn on it.
Probably. So yeah, I was very
Sort it out.
creative as a child, and Mum was in interior design, and I was, just enjoyed being creative, but I didn't do that straight from school. If you ask me what my first job was, you might be quite surprised.
Okay, what was your first job?
I worked in a DIY shop selling hammers and screws. I had to learn very quickly what screws were.
Yeah, that's probably pretty good. As you know, I like a little screw.
Yeah, bird feeders and all of those sorts of things. Little DIY and home store. I'll move past that. And then I was a teacher and I used to paint and decorate, make curtains, buy rugs, put canvases on the walls of my classrooms. Alongside that, I was actually buying, doing up and selling properties that I'd live in. They weren't flips, and I'm not going to be a hero and say I was doing all the work myself. I definitely wasn't. This passion just grew, and my friend said to me, I think it's my third property, she's like, you should do this as a job. And I felt like it was something that I wouldn't be able to do. I had a limiting belief about it, that it was unattainable unless I had loads of money in the bank. And slowly sort of came to the realisation that was a load of bollocks. So I started the business in 2020, just before lockdown. And
I bet that was an experience, starting a business and then going straight into that.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't make life easy for myself because I'd had a surgery, I'd had my ankle fused. We were in a pandemic, or about to be, and then I needed to have another operation. And then just to make life even more exciting, we decided to move 360 miles to Cornwall. So didn't get hugely off the ground very quickly, I will say. It took some time. And now it is, my full-time and more everything.
Well, you seem to be doing well at it, especially with the amount of emails that you've said you had this morning.
It's crazy. I think I need an assistant.
Don't we all?
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's going really well. This year's been pretty fantastic, to be honest. I've had one of my best months in October. Last month was really exciting. You just don't know what's coming. You just don't know what's around the corner when you've got your own business. You could open an email and it be a hotel that you've got on your wish list of hotels to renovate and design, and they could be sitting there in your inbox. You just don't know.
Yeah,
I love
it's
it.
cool. It's exciting.
It is. I'm working on some lovely projects as well, so I'm very lucky.
Cool. Awesome. So when you're working with clients, how do you balance their vision with your own creative style?
I always design for the client, or if it's a hotel, it's for the ideal guest, or if it's for a developer selling, it's for the ideal buyer. So it's not my design. It's not always my taste. It's not for me. So you really do have to understand that, because it can be easy to get carried away and do what you would like. If everybody liked the same thing, it'd be pretty boring, wouldn't it? We'd all have the
Yeah.
same looking house. So you really do have to understand what the difference is between what they desire and need and what would actually look suitable for the place and for who's going to use it.
Yeah.
I feel like the look
So
on your
you
face.
kind of need to like find your client's creative voice, I guess. Like you got to put yourself in their mind and think, what would they want?
Yeah.
But then also work with your mind as well and thinking what's practical.
Yes.
What is going to work.
And there are some hard and fast rules, of things to avoid and not to do in design and architecture. So you also have to bring that into play. And because I used to be a teacher, I do educate along the way the client, and I'll say, okay, we have this option, and the consequence will be the space will feel bigger, the space will feel cooler. Is that desired? Is that what we want? Or if we go down this route, we're going to create a space that feels more intimate, and we can see the boundaries of the room and we feel more protected. And is that what we want? So I don't force my style, my vision, but it isn't uncommon for clients to go to a designer because they've seen their website and they like that and they relate to that. And that makes life easier.
Yeah, that makes
Obviously,
sense.
if they say, I liked this, photo on your website of this project, then you can get off from a good start.
Yeah, that's good. So what's been your most memorable project so far? Like the one that really challenged or inspired you?
My first project in Cornwall wasn't so much design, it was more styling, but that was the house of an author.
Can you say the name?
Jill Murphy wrote the stories
Never
Worst
heard of her.
Witch,
I can't read.
Peace at Last, 5 Minutes Peace, Whatever Next. All stories that
Any pictures in there?
Yeah, loads.
Okay, I could read that book.
Yeah, they're good. You will have probably read them to your kids.
Okay.
But yeah, she's passed away, and it was an honour to be invited into her home where she wrote those books, and especially because it was my sort of first project in Cornwall where I'd was moving away from the classroom and I knew it was what I wanted to do, and I'd read those stories to the children that I taught to learn to
cool.
read. So it's really like a bit of a full circle moment. It was really nice.
I really like that.
Yeah, it does remain really memorable. Whilst it wasn't a full renovation for property and I wasn't actually directly engaged with her because she'd passed away, it was preparing the property for its next chapter. No pun intended. But being in the room where she wrote her office was just phenomenal. It was just like being in a museum, but very moving.
Really?
Yeah, it was really lovely.
Oh, that's cool.
But I'm very lucky. I've worked on some lovely properties and hotels as well, and they're all memorable for different reasons.
What's your favourite, like in a property or doing a hotel?
They're different. I like them both. Like, design for people's homes is their everyday backdrop for the good stuff and the bad. Whereas hotels, you're creating an experience. Usually it's a good one. People are going away for a birthday, school holiday, annual holiday. They might be planning to propose, celebrating an anniversary. Hotels, you can be it's a bit different. You can go a bit bolder because it's not something you're going to get bored of because you're not experiencing it every day. So you can be a bit wilder. You can push the boundaries a little bit.
Yeah, what, like brighter colours and different contrasts?
Or maybe things that are more high maintenance as well that you probably wouldn't have at home but are actually fine if somebody's cleaning it every day and it's not you. So they're very different, and I do take a lot of joy from both of them. Yeah, hotels though, it is, you are creating the scenery for lots of happy memories.
So your answer is hotels?
No, I can't pick. I'm sorry.
Someone's got a gun to your head. They're saying you've got to pick. What is it?
Hotels.
Knew it. So, obviously, running your own business can be very time consuming. What does life look like for you outside of work? And how do you find that work-life balance?
It is really difficult, actually. I don't sit still. this is probably today, sitting here recording these interviews, probably the most time I'll have spent sat down this week. I have to do a lot of exercise because of the disability that I've got. I do 3 hours exercise a day.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and it's quite intense.
What exercise do you do?
Walking and swimming.
Okay.
So in the morning, I have to. It's a good hour really before I'm properly mobile, and you wouldn't expect it because I'm dashing around here today. But it takes a bit of time. That's maintenance of a condition, and then an hour's walk, often in the dark.
Do you have dogs, or just go walk on your own?
Oh, I have a lovely dog, blue Dalmatian.
Lovely.
Yeah, he's lovely, but he's just an idiot. I can't take him out walking.
Do you know what? I think most dogs are just fucking idiots.
Yeah, I say to him often in the morning, if you could just understand, you would have so many more walks.
Yeah.
I mean, he gets walked by my partner, but I can't walk him, and I love walking, and I'm out twice a day, sometimes 3 times. But anyway, to go out for a walk, day of work, which will be so varied, could be in a different place every day, and then walk again in the evening and a swim if I can. So
Is that in your own swimming pool? Or?
Do you know what? We moved into a house and the neighbours came and said, do you know there's a swimming pool in your garden?
No way.
I was like, yeah, it's a bit wet, isn't it? Like, it was raining.
I was going to say, I think you'd notice that, wouldn't you?
I was like, yeah, it's a bit wet, isn't it? No, actually, there is. It's filled in.
Right, dig that up.
Well, we've checked. There's tiles and whatnot intact, but not on the plan. No, I go to a hotel swimming pool.
Cool.
So, yeah, go swimming.
I would say, where can people find you swimming? But yeah, some weird fucking weirdos out there. Aren't there?
I do put it on my social media.
Do you? Okay, there you go. You heard it here first. If you want to find Charlotte swimming, it's all over our social media.
Yeah, I'm not very approachable when I'm swimming and just like get on with it.
Are you a good swimmer?
I don't know, really. I don't think so.
No?
I don't go around in circles, but I'm definitely not symmetrical.
Yeah, fair enough. Are you one of these that go like first thing in the morning?
I'd love to. Yeah.
What don't you do?
Walking.
Why don't you just change it up? Do swimming first?
Don't work like that.
Oh, okay.
Have to get going a bit first.
Yeah, okay, yeah, fair enough. See, I'm not a morning person.
No?
Not at all.
Okay. No. I'll ask you about your morning routine on the interview that I give with you.
Yeah, there won't be a lot to it.
God.
I'll wake up, listen to the missus doing all the stuff downstairs, and then when I think she's coming upstairs, I'll quickly leap out of bed and then pretend that I was busy getting dressed.
Lazy bones.
Yeah, that's right. At least I admit it.
Crumbs. Oh, God. Why did I put myself in a position to do a podcast with you, Dave?
It's the dream.
I know what you're on about now. It takes me a minute to get these things sometimes.
Right, finally, since our show is called What's the Worst That Could Happen, can you share a project or moment where things didn't go quite to plan?
I just put on our stories, actually, a tin of paint in the footwell of my car. That was not good.
Yeah, that looked horrendous.
That was like a 2-month-old new car.
Shit. How did you get it out?
Thank God for hose pipes and at the bottom of my mum and dad's drive with my carpet floor mat and a hose pipe over the drain.
That sounds absolutely horrendous.
Yeah, it was not good. I think I also put it in the shower.
What, your car?
My car mat.
I was going to say, how big's your shower? Just chuck it in there, easy.
That was bad. Now, what's the worst that could happen? Or what's the worst that has happened? Oh, I've had some pickles. Weetabix walls. You know, that's always a problem when you're hanging curtains.
Weetabix walls?
Yeah, when they're just like, you put the drill in and it's just a mess.
Yeah, there's plenty of those in Cornwall.
So many. That's always a bit of a dilemma. Once on a hotel project, there was a project manager said, tomorrow you'll be able to fit the carpet in the office. What office? Wasn't on my radar. No one had brought it to the actual phase of the work. This hotel was divided up into phases, and they're like, "Yep, carpet in there tomorrow." I was like, "Okay."
Whose fault was that then? Theirs.
I'm not going to take the blame. No one told me.
So the short answer to that is yes, it was their fault.
It wasn't on the schedule. I'm following the schedule. I had to quickly turn around and get a carpet overnight to be fitted.
But you managed to do it?
Yeah, it was bright blue, but it was done.
Bright blue?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It was a hotel, so as we've learned, you can get away with it.
Yeah, and it was the office. it wasn't guest space. So that was quite a moment.
Awesome. Well, I hope that's giving the listeners more of an insight of what Charlotte does. All right. Thanks, everyone, for listening. See you on the next one.
Bye.
What's the worst that can happen?